Hey, welcome back to the Parrot Side podcast. Myself, Skills, 60 is not in the building today, but we have man like bros
Yeah, it's good to be back once more.
and the ultimate baddest guy in this whole life. Come on.
This guy always gingers me with this intro, bro. How's it going, man?
Yeah, you know what it is. Parrot Side podcast. We went to the same primary school, Greenwood House School. I know we call it the Parrot Side. All you have to do basically the same thing. We're doing the Parrot Side, just chill, hang around, and laugh. And yeah, we got a bunch of topics today. But I like to be dramatic. So I'm gonna start off with this. All right, so listen, I was scrolling through Instagram, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I see my high school crush. Now, you know the thing, it was one of those babes that like Hazel was pink, yeah. She was buff still. And like she was feeling me, but man's fumbled the bag heavily.
Wait. So, hey, what
Wow.
happened? Tell us what happened.
What a
Not like
surprise.
you know, Rose, relax, yeah. You know, you know them ones where like yeah, when in secondary school, like I didn't know how to move. I could tell she was feeling me, but I didn't know how to move. Yeah, I mean, so when we're like in year 9, year 10, which is like GS3, SS1, and I like asked her now, like we're hanging one time. I was like, okay, it's like, are you ready for a relationship? Then she was now moving slightly confused, like, okay, like not necessarily, but like where do we go from here? So in my mind, I was trying to, play the victim card now. So the next time I'm like, oh, like I asked you out, you said no. Then she was like, but that's not how you ask somebody out. Yeah, I mean, but I did not come back and I ask out again. Yeah, I mean, and then a couple weeks later, she dated some other guy. But and I asked her about it later. She was definitely down for me. Like she was feeling me for like 2 years. And so,
Bro, a couple weeks, though. Couple weeks.
you know what? It was maybe a couple months. I don't know. I mean, the time is all blurry. But you know what it is? There was actually a time too where she was dating my guy. And this story is a bit PG. But you know how we talk about shit in like secondary school now, like, oh, what do you like? What are you into, like sexually and shit. So I was just playing around. I didn't even know, yeah, because man's is still youth, isn't it? So I was like, oh, like I like when like, babies all up in me.
I don't know where the fuck this shit is going, bro. And continue this. You like when what?
I was like, oh, I was just waffling. I was like, oh, I like when like babies all up in my ear and shit. And I mean, she was like, oh, interesting. So she was actually down, to lick man's ear, even while she was dating that guy. I mean, like she actually like was about to do it one time. Then I was like, you know what? Man don't want beef, you get me? So it was her friend, and I even stopped her. I was like, all right.
Oh, so it wasn't you that stopped there, it was a friend.
Wasn't me. That's why I stop. Why would I stop? Who am I? I'm only a human being.
So, wait, and this is the same babe that you said was feeling you.
Yeah. So she was basically willing to cheat.
One of your guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's all fun and games now, but I was scrolling through Instagram. I see now with Locust. She has changed a lot, but she's still buff, still, man. You know what's even funny? She's still dating that same guy
since secondary school.
That I swear, fam.
Bro, so you are trying to stop like soulmates finding each other.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was for the best. Yeah, I mean,
like bro, like plenty because it's been how many years now? Like over 10 years now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's been time, man. But I just remembered, cause I saw a low cut now dyed her hair, still buff.
See, when they say don't let your boyfriend stop you for finding your husband, that's what they mean. That's what they mean. If she went with skills now, if skills are not from bag, and instead of saying are you ready for a relationship, you asked her out.
Master formula skills.
Rose, don't talk about something back here, I beg. You know your history.
But it's all good. I just wanted to sit down one, if you're out there, you can relate. Yeah, I mean, it be like that. Yeah, I mean, like they say, everything happens for a reason. What?
Yeah.
Spank.
I beg, you find someone else. I beg, move on.
Nah, I've moved on. I'm just saying. Like everybody has that one high school crush. You do. Rose does.
No, I actually don't.
No, you do. You don't?
No, honestly, no, I don't.
I mean, when you were going to roadside schools, fam, how you gonna have that?
Why like, this guy is back with
this nigga started again. This guy started again.
No, but Rose, you have though. You have surely. You must have.
Have what, like
Yes,
The one that got away.
The one that got away, yeah, you get me, like.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Rose, be careful what you say from.
Well,
I don't remember.
That's one in the past now. That's one in the past though. Like,
yeah, facts. It's all good. I mean, everybody has the one that got away. I might even have a couple that got away, but I mean, it's just like you live and you learn. You get me? So like,
Yeah,
it's all
I was
good.
very mad shy in secondary school, but like I did not do anything. Like I did not move to girls. I did not do shit. Like I was super shy. So I never really like engaged them enough to have the one that got away. You get me?
I feel. But girls were moving to you though.
Towards the end, like my last 2 years, when I like
Okay.
all the people's left and shit, like that's when they gave me the time of day. But before then, I'm telling you, my first 4 years of secondary school, I don't think anyone ever like moved to me or even like made any suggestions towards anything. Like my first 4 years I had no worries, bro. Like I was just chilling on my own, just me and my guys.
To school,
And then
yeah.
it's the last 2 years that niggas decided to stress me. Then since then, I've been getting stressed here and there. But all in all, it's not been too bad though.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm just saying, so now that it's all out there, we can move on to the next topic. Your school was still Roadside School, by the way.
Is it funny? No, it's not funny.
So we're moving on to our next agenda of the day. So is this show on Netflix? I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It's called Love is Blind. Uh it's not necessarily a new show, but the premise is wait, Rose, have you seen it at all?
nah, at all.
Okay. Come on, I think
I
you
haven't seen
mentioned
it
you.
either, by the way. I mean, I've seen like on Netflix, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, so basically the concept I want to discuss is like, so basically, okay, so this is the concept of the show is like there's a bunch of people, guys and girls, and then they date each other. They actually they go on actual dates, but they don't see each other. Like they have no idea what the other person looks like.
Okay.
They go on dates. I think it's a spread of like a week or two or something like that. And then whoever you connect with the most, you guys connect, you feel each other, whatever. You then propose. After you propose, that's the first time you now meet. And then you then meet, and then you see each other, and then basically you're now you propose, so now you're engaged, and then you marry at some point. So basically, for dramatic purposes, the show when they are on the day of the marriage, one person cannot say yes, one person cannot say no. But I mean, they're not really expecting that because remember, the idea is they've connected initially. I mean, the only thing they don't know is what the other person looks like.
So
Yeah.
this is
So then
literally like Love is Blind, like literally.
it was literally Love is Blind. Yeah. And like they actually like so like a couple. I don't want to spoil the whole show, but like so some people actually come away and they get married and they're happily married, and some other
Yeah.
people when they now do the reunion and then they see the other people they were dating that maybe they had a close connection with but it wasn't quite there, they now see what they look like and they do not regret the person they actually chose and shit like that. So basically, what I didn't want to take away for us to discuss is, can love be blind in the sense of, does it matter what the person actually looks like? So basically, if you have like your ideal girl, like your perfect girl, like everything is there, she understands you, you understand her, you guys vibe, like it's all rainbows. But then she's just not your type physically. Does physical type now matter? Like, is love blind? Do you have this? Do you have to see? Is love blurry? I mean, like, what's your take on that?
I have a take on this, but I want Rose to go first.
You want me to go first?
You, huh?
Man, as much as we'd like to say, I don't know. I don't know if I can say love is blind, sha. But because you don't fall in love with your eyes closed. First of all, you don't fall in love with your eyes closed.
No, but that's the thing
You have
about
to
the
do.
show, though. It's because, like, how most people place too much emphasis on, like, the physical aspect.
Yeah,
They
that's
actually
why
leave
it's a
it
show. That's
genuine.
why it's
Yeah,
a
no,
show.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. But it's still an experiment in a way, because
Yeah.
they're making a genuine connection without seeing the person. So if anything, you really love the person regardless of what they look like, right? So does it matter?
See, guy. One thing like we should all understand is that like I don't think it is wise to get into a relationship with a partner that you're not physically attracted to, because as much as we might want to downplay it, the guy physical attraction is very important. Because like, yeah, you guys connect
How
and everything,
important?
but
Give me a skill. Out of the
well,
100%, how important is
out
it?
of 100%, I'll say like 80.
80
I'll say like 80. Why?
really?
Because
From
You
you
are
are
you?
going to
tripping,
be
Holy
bro.
shit! All right.
You are
see,
tripping.
you're going to be living with this person for pretty much the rest of your life based on your marriage
Yeah.
vows. I know. And like, are you going to be happy with how your partner looks? Like, do you get where I'm going at?
100%. I get where you're coming
I
from.
know, I
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
know where you're going. We just
So
disagree with where you're going.
I don't know, man. Like, it's different for everybody, sha.
Yeah.
Some people might as well just settle. I know, but is that truly the reality? Is that truly the reality that people actually settle, or people actually like, you know, look deep and like, yeah, I'm actually attracted to this person?
Yeah, but 80
I
seems
know.
like such a big number because most people, I mean, I could be wrong, but most people say
High,
when
bro.
you marry the inside primarily. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, so I'm
That's
surprised
what
you
most
said
people
80.
said.
Anything, I thought that
Exactly, of
was,
all people as
yeah, more people like you.
No, guys. See, I'm just being honest. I'm actually just being
No,
honest.
no,
Like,
I appreciate it. I fuck with that. I mean, I'm just surprised. Okay, okay.
cause I just feel like, man, you're going to be living with this person. You're going to
Yeah, but
be
living with them is living with them, not just living with them physically. Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah,
like
yeah. I get
because
that. I get that. I get
because
that.
okay, if you put 80% on it, yeah, I mean, because looks are in quote, they're supposed to eventually be superficial, right? So like looks will fade because people get older and blah blah blah. It's like if 80% on just how the person looks, nigga, 10 years down the line, that 80 is
No. I mean, like, wait. When you say that, when you put that skill, when I say like 80%, I mean like it's not like I'm putting that physical attraction against other factors.
but
I'm
that's what it
putting it
is
like
though.
as
So what are you doing then?
a
Yeah,
standalone factor. Like, how
it's not
important is
standing
it?
against anything. No, put it against other factors. That's what okay, maybe that was what
If it's
yeah.
against other factors, man, depends on how many other factors there are.
Wait,
In
hold
general.
on. Wait. When you say you did not put it again, what do you mean? So,
Yo, what are you
Like if
comparing it to?
yeah, what do you
you know
mean
how they
when you
have the
said
skill, you know
80%?
how they have skills where they say something is very important, something is important, not so
Uh-huh.
important. Yeah, that's where I'm
Oh,
at.
okay. So on
So
a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it? You said 8.
Oh, I got
yeah.
you.
This nigga,
That's what I
you need
want.
to
I
clarify
don't
that.
feel
That's
like
so
it
weird
is.
though. That's
You
obviously
need to
not what we meant.
clarify that, bro.
This
You
nigga
guys
is
were the one that
right.
needed to clarify that, man.
This nigga is
No,
right.
you needed to
No,
clarify
nobody
that,
knew what
man.
the fuck he was
What you
talking
mean?
about. My nigga.
Nigga,
No,
what?
but like obviously you should have stated that. Oh, it
Okay, no,
gets
now I'm asking as a comparison to everything else, whatever you personally you look for in an ideal partner, how much of an
yeah, that's not a
importance?
question I can answer on the spot.
Why?
That's
Like,
quite tough because there
I,
are
There
a
we
lot
go.
of other
That's the
things you
real
have to
rules.
consider.
That's the rules we know. This nigga is
nah,
declining to answer.
But like, no. Obviously, there are a lot of other factors. I can't just bring
No, we're
out
not
one
declining. There
random
are a lot.
figure.
No, there are a lot of other factors. How much of an importance is physical attraction to you in
to
Yeah,
comparison
it's
you.
to
important.
Yeah.
how much? Scale it, man. How much?
Have I not already done that? I've scaled
No,
it now.
no, in comparison to the other factors.
Guy, I cannot do that without a proper analysis, guy. We have to look at the other
Analysis.
factors first. Yes, now. I'm not just going to throw out any figure now. Definitely, you have to properly use your analysis now and give them the right facts and figures. So
Why is this nigga talking like he's not in a relationship? Like, I'm confused. Like,
Yeah,
that's exactly my
this
point.
guy.
Obviously, like
do
my
we need to
babe, I
make this
like
more
my babe.
explicit for you?
She's really physical. She's physically attractive to me,
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
that's one of the reasons why I like her.
Okay,
In
But
how
addition to other
important was that
factors,
before
how
you got to this
important
topic?
was that in the grand scheme of things? Why is this nigga
Yeah,
dodging the
like,
it's
question?
very important now. It's very.
Nigga, give
Is
us
that
a
what I'm
percentage.
saying? Oh my god! I've already given you guys a percentage. You guys
But
are
that
not
wasn't
putting
the
words in my
percentage we
mouth.
were asking for.
Which other? See, that's the thing. You guys are not being realistic here.
No,
if you want me to give you those numbers, we have to settle down and analyze all the other factors that are putting it against.
No, but you know those factors. You know what you look for in a partner.
Exactly, like you know those factors, man.
We are doing this on the spot. I can't just call out all the factors immediately. Obviously, there are certain ones that might come to mind now, and there are other ones that might not come
needs
to
to
mind.
go home
and give us an estimate.
Present a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, you're a waste.
Okay, so let's say it's like 5 factors. If it's like 5 factors, I'll give physical attraction a solid 30%.
30%.
No,
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
We got there eventually. This guy, bro.
Come on, what you say, for?
I'm not even sure if I've fully developed my thoughts on this subject here, but okay. So the first thing that came to my mind when you initially asked the question was, back in the day, I'm pretty sure, like the whole physical attraction thing, it's not as big of a factor as, like we said, the internal or whatever, like raising a family and whatnot. Like the physical thing, it fades away. I think we can all agree with that. Like it fades away. Not only does, even if your looks do not fade away, a lot of times sexual attraction fades away just in the as a marriage goes on, right? So if that's the case, and if you've spoken to like your siblings or uncles or whatever that are married, I've spoken to some of my uncles that are married, and one thing that shocked me the most was when we were like in a group and there were at least like 6, 7 of them that were married. And one of them said, the one thing people don't tell you is like love fades away very quickly in a marriage. And I was like, huh? Yeah, they said love. Like love fades away very quickly in marriage. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like, but they describe love as that. This is what we're talking about. Like this physical attraction, this intimacy, like all this lovey-dovey shit. Like that shit fades away very quickly. And what keeps you together is your kids. Or if you're religious.
I think I would agree that to certain.
Yeah, like that's what keeps you together in a marriage, like not necessarily the intimacy and whatnot. Yeah. What was the initial question again?
Is love blind? Like basically, does physical attraction matter and how much?
Okay, yeah. So it matters in a sense, because I guess it matters for you to get together in the first place. Mm-hmm. I doubt many people will get together with a partner they don't find physically attractive.
But exactly, you don't just look at is it character.
No, okay. Let me
wait, this. You guys are now trying to like.
No, I'm not doing shit.
Obviously, like you don't look. It's not a person's character you see first of all.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I came from this angle. So imagine yourself just for a second on that TV show, right? You have not seen this person, but you guys connect. Like you guys, it's basically you love this person. You're in love. When you now finally see the person, and maybe they are not now your type, is that an ideal breaker for you? Like after all the connection, emotional connection,
those guys. So based on that, obviously, like I said, most people would say physical attraction is a prerequisite to getting with someone. But in this kind of scenario you spoke about, where you've gotten to know this person and internally, her character and everything like works for you, so you can see yourself building a family with this person and raising your kids and everything going well and being your partner in life, helping you with your life decisions, everything, right? I think there's credence to an argument that physical attraction can take a step back to all those things. Now, if you're saying you're not physically attracted to the person at all, then I don't think it would work. Because you just grow resentful over time, and then
come out spitting.
If there's a level of attraction enough for you to feel like you can maintain a relationship without stepping out of it, even if it falls under the other things to a large degree. Let's say, like Rose, let's say normally physical attraction is 30%. Let's say in this scenario, physical attraction has dropped down to 15% because you're not that attracted to her, and everything else covers 85%. I can still see people moving forward with the relationship. Despite me just slightly being physically attracted to the person, because every other thing will make their lives a lot easier. There's more to life than intimate scenarios.
Facts.
Like all the other shit that a person brings to your life will contribute way more to your life than
also just as important. Yeah, true. True.
So I can definitely see, like, especially religious people. I can speak for Muslims. I can definitely see a lot of Muslim men moving forward at the marriage based on all the other things and not necessarily physical attraction. I can't speak for other religions, but I definitely see Muslim men doing that.
Yeah, this Kamal guy
No,
is
you,
good, you know. This guy knows how to articulate arguments.
I did law, bro.
Nah, fuck with you.
Yeah, so you can go ahead now. You can tell us what you think.
No. You give us a percentage. If you had to put a percentage on it, as far as you know.
Me personally,
Yeah.
physical attraction, fucking hell, bro. It's like, yeah, because at the end of the day, for me, as much as
Nah, you're waffling, bro. No.
no.
You
Give us a
see, at the end
number.
of the day, come on,
I'm
you
not, I'm
know
not.
very well.
Wait,
Like,
nah. Let me land.
yeah, I don't know. He was giving
For
the
me,
landing gate.
physical attraction alone
Think
is
of-
never enough for me to move forward with anything. Like anything.
Okay.
Because like that shit will fall apart so quickly and it probably will not
Yeah.
even go anywhere. So for me, physical attraction is definitely not like more than 50%. So we can start there.
15.
It's not more than 50.
50.
It's more than
50,
50.
not more than 50.
Yeah, so we
That's
can
half.
start there. Yeah, and we're gonna take it down. I say we can start there, but it's definitely not
Alright. Okay.
because it's not enough on its own.
No, come on, not nothing like that.
So
Give us a figure. You
Give us
guys
the
made me
numbers,
put.
man.
You
Give
guys
me
made me
I'm
put
numbers,
the
trying.
man.
numbers. Come on, give us the numbers.
I'm
Be
trying to get there.
specific.
I'm still thinking
This
about it
guy,
now.
you cannot be slick on your lost shit. I'm on your ass, boy. Give us a number.
I see, yeah.
I'd say 40. I think 40.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty high. That's pretty high.
40, yeah.
Oh,
So you guys get off
you
my neck.
guys
I'm
were on
gonna say.
my neck when I said 30. You guys were on my neck.
We're not on your neck because you said 30, or your neck because you didn't want
They
to say
said
anything.
80.
The nigga said
Yeah.
80 at first,
They
and then
said 80
after
at first. Yeah.
after we clarified why he said 80, he didn't want to give us a number. He started talking about all the other factors.
You
Like,
said
nigga, fuck the
waffling.
factors, man. We don't care about your
Waffling.
factors. We just
Guys,
want the
you see what I did. That's exactly what Kamal was doing. But he's trying
But
to
he
put in
still give us a number.
some law, this thing to make it look juicier. This guy thinks he's a sharp guy. This Kamal
He
guy.
does, though. He does.
He gotta do
Hey,
exactly what I did.
skills. What percentage, bro?
Alright, so yeah, I'll answer. But let me first quote waffle first. Now, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
Because I've had Ben niggas also ask me, like, okay, like based on that show, like, okay, if I'm on that show and I connect to this person, because I'm also pretty big on, we have to be able to vibe. I mean, I don't like arguments, I don't like altercations, and if we understand ourselves, that's a big thing. Okay, so if we have that perfect vibe, and then we come out to finally see each other, and I'm not feeling that physically, like niggas might call me shallow, but like it's not happening. Like it's just not. Like it's not happening. This one time I was in secondary school, my physics teacher, I heard this guy say something about very disrespectful, by the way, in hindsight. It was like, oh, my wife is not fine. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not a problem now. You have to marry the inside. Like, it's not a problem. She's not fine. And I was like, it made sense back then, but now I think about it, I'm like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to be attracted. Like, come on.
Have you ever been with someone you were not attracted to? Like
I don't know if I can say this one. My ops might be listening.
That says ops. No. This is a safe space.
No, it's really not.
Put it out
Let
there,
me
man.
say
Put it
this.
out there, fam.
No one's
Let me say
listening. It's just two of us.
No, I have like, okay, I have dated someone that like she wasn't like ideal, but it was close. Yeah, I mean, it was close.
Okay.
Like if the ideal is 10, like it was 9. So I was like, life is not perfect out here. I don't go for like she's nice, she's everything. Yeah, I mean, so we move.
Now, so how was it when you guys were doing your thing?
Which thing?
Okay, so that before people think you're being a hoe out here. Okay, when you were being, you love shit now. How was it? Like, how did you feel?
No, it was calm still. Yeah, no, it was calm. Like, yeah, it was calm. And I knew it to be calm. Yeah, I mean, like my own thing. Okay, let me put it this way, which will also relate to the next point I was going to make is this is I mean, like everybody has a different type, and my own type is I like slim babes, I like skinny babes. That's just me. Like I like my things skinny, and Yeah, I'm kidding. I'll blow that part. I'll
Oh
bleep
my
that part.
God.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I said joke. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, so basically now people can be slim now. And then maybe they get into a relationship and then they get comfortable.
Relationship
Start
with,
eating. Yeah, so niggas might now come in shout like, oh, okay, nah, but like, she no, but like, come on. I mean, and I flipped it too because somebody asked me one time, like, okay, what if your babe like she likes muscular guys? She wants you to start going to the gym. My first question was, when she met me and started dating, was I a buff guy? No. So you can't then demand that I start going to like it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
What are you saying here? Are you saying
let me
that
land. Now I've not landed yet. So
Alright.
if I meet a thing, yeah, and I like my thing skinny, and then I met her skinny, we started dating skinny, all of a sudden she's added. Shit gonna have to change. Yeah, you know what I mean? Huh?
Or what?
I'm not gonna say it's a deal breaker, but like
Is
it's like
but that's not sustainable though. What you
it's
just
not
said.
sustainable. Exactly, and that's my point. Yeah, I mean, so that being said, the chick I was referring to earlier, yeah, I mean, she's one of those ones that she was slim at the time, but she's just one of those babes like the babes like if they eat 2 cupcakes, like it's curtains, like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so she was one of those. Yeah, I mean, so
I
she
can
just
relate.
basically had to watch what she. But when she was like on it, she was buff, man, and that's why. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, I mean, she didn't have like high metabolism or whatever, so that's why I called it 9. I know it 10. Yeah, I mean, so if I had to put a percentage on how important it is, I'll be honest, man. Like, I'm pushing 45%. Like,
Okay.
yeah, like, come on, like, let's be honest. Like, like, if I don't think my thing is buff, like, imagine you're arguing now. You're arguing. Yeah, I mean, and you just look at her like, I never even buff. Like, you can't be having that. She has to.
That's just rude. That's rude. But you see why this is why I put emphasis on like physical attraction. Like it has to be there.
And I agree. We're saying the same thing. I'm just saying it in a more raw way. It's not rude. I'm just saying it.
Let's be real. It doesn't have to be there. But I think for us here, it has to be there. But in a general sense, it doesn't have to be there.
Well,
and that's no, exactly. And that's why I flipped it, right? I was like, if she says, okay, you start going to the gym because I like buffer guys, that's cool. If that's what you like, you can like what you like. But if that's not how you met me, then don't chat to me. You know what I mean? So that's just it.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, that's like what Kamal said. That's actually not sustainable. To be fair,
it's not sustainable in what sense?
Nigga, when she gets pregnant and she puts
over time, like.
No, and I agree. That's why you have to start as close to what you like as possible. I know, understand that looks eventually become superficial.
So what happens? What happens if
exactly what happens? What happens?
If a body changes after she gives birth, and she can't be the same skinny woman you met, then what next?
What next? Listen, see. Okay, wait. Let me.
Well, to be fair.
No. Let him talk. You want to bring him out? Don't bring him out.
Put me on the
don't bring him out. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Okay. Okay, put it this way. Look at my nigga 60. He's not here today. Say for example, he likes thick girls, right? Like they're already thick.
Okay.
So if that thick girl now has a child, she's going to be wham. You get me? So what's then the because what you're asking now is a bigger question of into should girls then try and force their way back into the shape they were prior to having a child?
That's a different question.
I think it's similar though. I think
it's similar, yeah, but that's not. We need a girl to answer that shit. No, we need this. This is something you can answer.
Okay, so what's your question exactly?
You know what my question is? This guy is answering around.
No, rephrase it. Let's be clear. What the fuck?
Rephrasing it. The question is, what do you do if you like your girl skinny, like you said?
She was.
What happens if when she gets pregnant, her body changes and then she can't be as skinny as she used to be? What next?
After she's giving birth.
Yeah.
Okay. What next?
Yeah.
No, I think at the end of the day, like, it's a marriage. So, I mean, if you love your thing, she, okay, if you're already in that situation, she probably already knows what you like and how you like her. I mean, so it's all about, me then putting in the effort of maybe trying to encourage her, hey, babes, let's go gym. I mean, and shit like that. If it doesn't work. Yo, come on, what's all these questions?
No, come on, is asking the right question.
No, it's valid, bro. Like,
if it doesn't work, then it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, but
what does that mean?
I've already
exactly
know. I mean,
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
I think
specifics, guys.
It's on a case by case basis. I'm not just going to suddenly now leave the marriage just because of that. But
Uh-huh.
the worst that would happen is it to just become a bigger issue than it needs to be. And I mean, like we might maybe
When you
argue
say
about
it's a deal breaker, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, is it?
it. Shouldn't no, it shouldn't be. I'm not going to leave a marriage just because of that. Like I'm already in. I remember I wasn't there just because of what she looked like. I mean, I did put 45% on it. I know, but it wasn't 100. I mean, so like we gonna work it out. Like highest is to cause a big argument, but like she gonna go to the gym.
I think you're overestimating how much power you have in this marriage, bro. Like, she
I
said
know.
she's looking at the gym. Like, she ain't going to the gym, bro. Like,
I said I will encourage now. I'll be like, oh babes, let's go together. You get me?
has anybody ever like tried to push you to change your physical appearance?
Me?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. And I wasn't having it.
How did you feel when it was happening?
No, I was pissed because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not how you met me. So you can't suddenly be asking for other things. It don't make sense. If you like them niggas like that, then go for them niggas. You know what I mean? Don't compromise. I guess it's the overlying factor. Don't compromise if you like everything else, but the physical attraction is not quite there. Like if the physical attraction is close, but it's not there, then go home. I mean, like don't then come and then put that burden on them. Which I ain't gonna do that. Nobody should do that. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
There's a lot of marriages that happen just strictly out of convenience, especially in Nigeria that we are. A lot of marriages, bro. It's okay. This let's not even talk about the ones that happen because families just make a deal and it's beneficial for both of them. So they just say your daughter will marry my son and that's it. Because that's even more of an arranged marriage. There's also marriage that just happen because I'm in a place here in a space, there's nobody else and we just get married. And a lot of times they're not necessarily attracted to each other. So then there's this wider problem that occurs obviously when this shit happens, which is obviously people cheating and stuff like.
Yeah.
Do you think if people married not only people they were attracted to, but also people they got along with mentally, would people still cheat? Like men, women, would they still?
Do you know the thing though? I feel like
still
that's.
Cheat.
Do you know? Yeah, I think at my edge towards they probably would, like Rose said.
Yeah,
And the reason is this is because like men are dangerous. Like they say, men are scum. Yeah, I mean, but it really just depends on the guy. I mean, guys, I guess are wired differently. But like the truth of the matter is, in that situation you just described, even though she's your type, even though she's buff, even though you vibe mentally, there's just always going to be a penga girl. And there's probably just always going to be a babe that you also vibe with even better and is also penga mentally. I mean, so that is always going to draw niggas' attention away. That's the
Wait,
thing.
there's something you said that I found interesting. You said men are wired differently. Okay, so are you saying that men are wired to be polygamous or
I think
or polygamous?
I think, and I could be wrong, but I think it's slightly easier for guys to be like, like if maybe their thing is not like buff or it's not doing it for them anymore. It's easy for them to just be like, you may fuck that. What else is out there? Where I supposed to like girls, like when they're in love with you, like they're really in love with like you. So like that's why I'm noticing I could be wrong. So it doesn't even matter how much you change, like physically. Like if it's you, is you. You know what I mean? But I know girls also have types too. But that's just what I think.
Rose.
Man. Guys, they cheat anyhow.
That's what I'm asking.
It's crazy.
So do you think guys just?
I feel like
we just can't stick to one girl.
Even if like people vibe, people do this thing they connect, people will still cheat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like,
there's always going to be
there's
better.
But why?
The truth of the matter is
that's just life.
There's no reason. There's no genuine. You can't put a genuine reason behind it. Cause like I don't know, man. Like people just and it's crazy because it actually doesn't make sense. Because there are so many consequences when you cheat. So many. Like it's mad.
If you get
the consequences are crazy. You're like, but more than still like, and when something is bad and you're really still risk it all. Yeah, then there's no that you don't have any reason. You can't explain it. Like how?
Yeah.
How do you know that this thing is so risky? You can lose your family. You can lose friends. maybe get STDs, spiritual problems,
Spiritual
give
problems.
another babe, make another babe pregnant, and it's not even the pregnant for one child that scares me the most. It's the fact that you not gonna cheat on babe. Maybe she now has triplets by mistake, guy. Guy, that's
Triplets.
yeah, that's game over, man.
It's
That's
game
over.
set match. No, but
And
wait,
like,
let
the
me.
fact that like men them know this
Uh-huh.
and they still go ahead, like you can't.
Okay,
you can't.
let me add a point to that. I think though, and I could be wrong, but I think a lot of
Mhm.
this also goes into the mindsets prior to marriage. Like if you feel like deep down in your soul, you're not necessarily ready for marriage, or you're not necessarily ready for marriage with this particular person, there's always going to be that aspect of when something presents itself, you would want to be tempted. Now, me personally, I mean, that's why I always happen. You have to be ready before you go into any thought of long-term ship. You have to be mentally ready. Now, me being mentally ready, my own personal opinion is I have to go out there and look because up until now, I haven't really done much in life. I haven't traveled as much as I want to, and blah, 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 right? So even if I go travel, maybe I'm in Thailand swimming with the dolphins and like, the swimming instructor wants to like lick me in it. I like, see, like, I mean, like, okay, if maybe I now vibe with somebody there, yeah, I mean, I'm content mentally because I know that okay, I looked. But there's going to be a time when there's going to be somebody penga. There's going to be somebody penga mentally that I vibe with mentally more that I understand that she understands me. But my own saving or my own thing that I can hold on to is that okay, I know I looked, I found my person. That's it. I'm not looking anymore. Yeah, I mean, but I will probably be tempted because I'm just a human being. Yeah, I mean, because I vibe
See,
with the
at the end
mental.
of the day, like this is where things like commitment comes in.
Facts.
Because
That's what marriage is, isn't it?
like because like I don't know about that mental connection part you're talking about,
No,
skills,
it's
because
very
I don't know
important
how
to
you
vibe
can
with
just
somebody.
meet someone randomly and you already have some sort of mental connection with
I
them
mean, if you
without
talk now,
actually
you have a
going through.
conversation and you
Well, one
vibe.
Yeah,
person
yeah,
actually
you
have to
can
have a
talk, you
mental
can
connection.
vibe and everything, but like,
Doesn't necessarily have to be over a long period of time.
anyways, um, there will always be someone that you believe that might be more physically attractive than your partner,
Facts.
and vice versa. I
Yes.
know in terms of different things, but like at the end of the day, like how many fine babes do you want to be with? Like you see one fine babe today, and now and she's leng and everything, and like you move to her, you see another one, you move to her, you see another one, you move to, like how many do you actually want to move to?
All
Like,
of them.
see,
This guy,
No,
bro.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
like so it's not reasonable, it's
No,
not a
exactly.
sustainable lifestyle to live.
So you
I
need
know,
to find
because at the end
contentment
of the
within
day, like,
yourself.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I mean, this is what I would say. Yeah, like the evidence suggests over how many bloody centuries that this world has been in operation, right? Men, generally speaking, have
Mm-hmm.
always been, even if not relationships, always been involved in multiple women, like up and down, whether they're married or they're not married. Like men, just in general, tend to be more adventurous or more polygamous than women are. I don't even necessarily think it's due to what you said about women just caring more about men, because obviously the sex industry is mostly dominated by women. So
That's
if
true.
this
This is true.
and a lot of them, at least a decent number of them have romantic partners in real life outside of the actual work. So the idea that women
But
can detach
that's my
things.
point, though. I think you're proving my point because that's separating the emotional from the physical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But some people have
yeah.
this idea that women can detach emotional from physical, but I think they definitely can.
They
So
can, but I
that,
think once they are heavily emotionally invested, then it's hard.
but I think it's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard,
I
but I
mean,
think it's hard even for men when they're invested. It's too hard. But what I was gonna continue on that same scenario is, although it's hard, I think still for men, history suggests that men are just way more likely to do it. So that would mean
Mm,
maybe it's not as hard for men. I think I can agree with that. It's not as hard for men to detach feelings
mm,
from the physical.
yeah.
What that also says to me is, even though obviously I'm Muslim, so I have some bias with this,
Mm-hmm.
polygamy, right? uh, Generally speaking, other countries don't allow polygamy. I think Christianity doesn't allow polygamy either. But we allow polygamy. And part of the reason why we allow polygamy is, apart from the fact that men are meant to be providers religiously anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of women struggle to find jobs, and not only that, but a lot of women don't find partners. So men are encouraged to marry multiple wives so they can provide, if they can anyway, provide for them and make their lives easier, etc. But I think there's also credence to the fact that a lot of men seem to be dissatisfied with only having one partner. And that's just based on evidence, Muslims aside, like just general Western society. If you go to America, that's the case. In Nigeria, that's the case. When I'm on Twitter complaining every day that the men can't see people. So if the reality of the situation is, or suggests anyway, that men have a tendency to engage with multiple partners, then why can't we have a broader acceptance of maybe, just maybe, it's in the nature of men to be more adventurous? It doesn't mean that there aren't exceptions, like, because I don't see myself being the type of guy to have multiple partners. Like, I just don't.
Yeah,
That doesn't
same.
change in the future, but as of now, I don't see myself marrying multiple wives. So there's always going to be exceptions to.
But you never know. You never know. You
General,
might.
you never know. Exactly, I would say you never know. So but that doesn't mean there won't be exceptions to general. But largely speaking, there's a large enough percentage of men out here that just can't seem to be with one partner because they end up cheating.
It's
I think
like
if
a
you took a
slippery
survey,
slope, though.
in what way?
So, like, because there's always, like Rose said, it's always going to be more. So if you have one partner, then you get another partner, so yeah, you have two wives. You can always see a third one that is buffer than the other two, and the fourth one that is buffer than the. Yeah, I mean,
that still goes to my point that men can't seem to stay with one partner or two partners. Like, they always seem to want more, right? So
yeah.
which is the broader question that I asked you earlier. Are men just naturally polygamous? That's why I asked you that question to begin with, because I actually wanted to know.
I don't know.
Because the evidence that's
the
what
evidence
I'm saying. Like,
suggests so, yeah.
But I said, there's still exceptions, and there's the fact that women don't do it as much. But there's also this thing where people don't want to accept that men and women are different, like internally, like think like people just want to say we're the same, we're just different genders or whatnot. So, but like, if the evidence suggests there's more to it than just, oh, men and women are the same, and you can have all this data that suggests men are likely to cheat. I don't know what percentage of men cheat, but I would say if you took a survey of 10 men that have been in like 3-4 relationships, I would say maybe 7 or 8 of them cheated at one point.
Probably.
Yeah, so like 70%.
That's high.
So I said, man, them are not faithful.
You guys think that's too high? Like, take your, I don't want to say take your friends because we're still younger. Any older men you know, or older women that you know, if you've spoken to them about their relationships, I guarantee you most of them have either cheated or been cheated on. Like, and I said 7 out of 10. I'm confident.
Both ways.
Like, I'm confident with that number. Yeah. So are we just polygamous? Like, is that just a thing?
But then wait, come on. That's the funny thing. The number for women might actually be equivalent to that of men. It's just that, like, maybe women are more discreet about it.
If it is okay, so if
to be fair,
human beings then just polygamous then.
I think it's more of a lack of self-discipline than polygamy.
Nah. Well, because the lack of self-discipline goes to our nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if all human beings have a lack of self-discipline, or a large percentage of
exactly, self-discipline is one thing, but what's your natural instinct?
Yeah. Like, if you like you guys said, you're married, but you go somewhere and you see someone and you're like, she's fatter than my wife, or she makes more sense than my wife.
You know, that's the lack of self-discipline.
Okay,
but that's always going to be a thing, even if you have
the discipline stops you from acting on it, is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
The discipline stops you from, but it doesn't stop the
knowledge.
The thoughts are there.
Despite how much you love someone. So what does that say? Like, despite how much you love someone, you're still having thoughts of cheating on her with someone else, even if you don't follow through. And doesn't that mean that your natural disposition means you are likely to be polygamous? Like, which means you can love more than one person or be with more than one person. That doesn't mean you don't love.
It's probably not love. Maybe it's just,
why is it not
infatuation, lust.
In that scenario, it's infatuation because you don't know the person.
But that's why I brought up the case of if you don't yarn them and then you vibe.
And then you vibe, and then over time, that's how people have affairs, isn't it? Like,
but then that's the thing. Like, even if you do vibe, I know it might not still even be love, because at the end of the day, you are motivated by that desire to probably engage in intercourse with this person. Do you get? So like at the end of
I
the
see what
day,
you're saying.
the foundation might not even be love. It might just be that desire to fulfill that goal which you set in your head.
Okay, now
from
in
the
a scenario
chase.
where is that okay, and then you've now given, and then you're still feeling her.
You're
Now
still
what?
feeling that exactly.
And now
And I
that
also say, what
see
made you get with your wife in the
all
first
of
place?
these things
What was your
they are
initial
pretty much on
motivation
the
to get with your
table.
wife?
Uh-huh.
All of these things they are pretty much on the table at the end of the day. But then like when you look at, well, I don't have any statistics, but based on like observations, that most times that's just the case. It's just a conquest to satisfy that lust in that moment. Pretty much, that's what it is most of the time. Because if it was a thing of love, I don't think people will have regrets if they do it when they get like caught or something. Do you get?
Some of them don't though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them actually don't. It's crazy.
Like that's what so say me for example, I'm exposing myself here. Ways, right? For the sake of the conversation, there was a time ago I was like dating one babe now here in uni and everything. And then obviously we used to go to house parties and shit. So I went with one of my boys now and everything. And I mean, I saw this babe, mixed babe, everything. She was short. And I was like, she was the perfect thing man had ever seen. I was like, yo, what's going on here? You get me? Alright. Yeah, I mean, obviously she smiled and whatever. In my mind, I'm thinking she's never going to want to hear me. I mean, but she smiled at me, whatever. She was with some of our guys, Then we now started yanning on the side because one of my guys knew one of her guys. And then the chat was raw, like it was one of those ones. I'm not trying to be corny, but like she was finishing my sentences, I was finishing her sentences, like all these abstract things that I thought, nah, it's only me that does it. Like I'm a weird guy. She was like into all that shit. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yo, if there's ever the one, it must be her, innit? It must be.
This guy's the babe at the time.
So exactly. So in my mind, I'm thinking now I'm ready to risk it all.
Rose, you see what we're saying?
No, but that's
Yeah.
But it wasn't just
I see
based
what
on
you're
like
saying.
looks. It was like the
Yeah,
chat was
exactly.
no, now wait, but I'm taking a step further because it's okay. So I didn't do anything that night. I mean, I didn't even call a number. I didn't even whatever. I was like, man, like I'm just keep it cool. She was buff, we yarned, it was clean, whatever. Then some weeks later, that my guy that knows one of her guys, I mean, we're going to share somebody's house. Then basically a bunch of people were there. She was also there. So we started chatting again. And this time we chatted for like maybe 2.5 hours. Like, so I even now tripped. I was like, yo, man, at the end of the 2.5 hours, I was like, yo, man, again, I'm not trying to, I'm like, I want to risk it all, but I don't see Dave the house and everything. Okay, let me just collect number. And I know what they are saying already. No, but if you collect number, it's already cheating. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, like Kamal said earlier on this pod, don't let your significant other stop you from finding the love of your life. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. So we are now, whatever. Now, plot twist. She eventually found out she had a guy.
You guys are playing each other, bro.
Yeah, I was see, but we could both tell, though, and I could be wrong, but we could both tell that you man, be like say like, but with the wrong people, because this was too clean. You know what I mean? And me personally, I don't like stress. I don't like to go home and start arguing with my thing. Like, yo, free me. You know what I mean? And I know some people are on that, but I'm not. So everybody's different. I think that's why I said understanding is one thing. And in that instant where we chatted for in total the 3+ hours, the understanding was like it's like they've never seen anything like that before. I mean, so in that aspect, what is it then, Rose? Is that infatuation? Maybe if I had given and I'd have changed my mind, I doubt, because it was mostly the chat. You know what I mean?
The thing is that there's the line is very thin. It's very, very thin. Okay. But then, one thing that I can assure is that at the back of your mind, there was this thought lingering in your head that like, man, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at that point, after like 1 hour,
as long as that thought, I think as long as that thought exists, like,
I'll be honest though. Deep down, I didn't have that thought. I was like, nah, fuck that. This is life right here. Because like, I was like, I don't have time to.
Come on, you see why I put that? You see why I put that comment in the chat box? You see why I put that comment in the chat box?
This is my overall take on this shit, because this is what I've been trying to say from the beginning. Now, this guy did not take her number initially or whatnot because of a sense of obligation and her to
Exactly.
really
That's
did
give
not
me
continue
credit.
with
So
it
give me my credit.
because of a sense of duty and obligation to
Exactly. Thank
whoever
you.
they
Give
were
me
with at the
flips.
time. It's not because of they did not feel each other. It's not because they were not attracted to each other. It's because okay,
Yeah.
we both have a guy and societal conditions tell
Rules
us
and
that if we have
shit.
a partner, we have to stay loyal to them. Like that's literally all that stopped him from moving forward with this. So when I say like polygamy, and again, I'm Muslim, I have my biases, whatever. But when I ask you guys whether polygamy is natural to men or human beings or whatever, it's because of things like this. Like you can clearly see that in a world where you grow up and societal norm isn't that you can only be one partner. It's a societal norm where skills and this girl grew up is you can have multiple partners. They would have probably taken each other's number
Facts.
on the first meetup,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they would have probably moved forward with it again after that because the norm in that society is I can have more than one partner. So it's not about our disposition. It's not about how we feel toward each other. It's just because we've been conditioned to live in a certain way, and so we continue with that.
Because that's what
So
society says. Exactly.
yeah, so that's my two piece on that. Rose, you can disagree, but yeah.
No, but Rose is also making good points. That's why I said, see, at the end of the day, if society doesn't want to accept, polygamy, let's do transfer market. So I give you my
Yeah.
This guy said transform. Transform. Like, yeah, you're not even serious. What? Yeah, I've never heard that
Before Rose
before.
gives his final thoughts, let me round up with this though. If you're
Yeah.
listening to the pod and you think I was chatting about you that was dating at that time, listen, it's not you, so relax. It's not you, man. So relax. And if you're the thing and you're listening, call me, baby. What's up? Now,
Yeah.
Guys, you waste.
Yeah, shit, oh, bro. God. But yeah, final thoughts, Rose.
Well, final thoughts, man. Avoid cheating. Stay faithful, so that you don't have any regrets. Because, guy, at the end of the day, man, cheating only brings regrets. Like, forget that. Like, okay, maybe at the end of how do I put this now? It doesn't even sound right. No, don't cheat, guys. Don't reason it. Let it not cross your mind.
I
Because
was about
like
to say something else.
no, like I was about to say that like okay, maybe some people they cheat and then maybe the person that they cheat on with will eventually be like person that are going to probably be with in the long run.
Mhm.
But then at the end of the day, like you have still caused someone so much hurt. I know,
Mhm.
and it's not worth it if you know that like you are not ready to be with someone or you are feeling somebody more than the other person. Just better you just call off the relationship than to be engaging in sneaky links and all. Because
wait, okay, one more last question in relation to what you just said. So in that situation, if you then call off the ship and then now go and then give that person that you were
Mhm.
supposedly supposed to cheat with the next day, is that now cheating or is it not cheating? What's the line? Just saying the relationship is over. Yeah, I mean,
Are you
man,
asking me? Are
like
you asking
see
me?
at that point, what I feel is that
Uh-huh.
just be as sincere as possible.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I'm feeling somebody else. I'm not even going to lie to you. I know it's a hard thing to do. Like a lot of people might not do it. They might just go ahead and do it. But like I feel like you give that person that complete closure because it's one thing that oh this person just broke up with me and it's
True.
another thing that you're already seeing them doing couple
That they-
goals with somebody else.
true.
Like
I
it's
think it
best
will
just
hurt either way, but it's better you don't include cheat. You end it with the person first. And even if the
Yeah.
person is sad, I see, listen, that's life. You have to make that sacrifice for the greater good, and the
Mm,
greater good is
I agree with
happiness.
that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, so yeah. If a babe is doing that to me and she's going to find her happiness on that guy, it's a suck, but I can't block that. I mean, so I get what Rose is saying, and I agree. Yeah, I mean, like, make sure you just be honest. Just do, yeah, facts.
Yeah, I agree with them as well. For once in my life.
are you
Anybody have
capping?
anything else? So,
You
like,
capping, bro.
we good? Everybody good?
Nah, we good, bro. I don't think I have anything else.
All right, this has been your boys on the Parrot Side podcast. Thanks for listening. I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Don't send us no fucking
I thought,
feedback,
yeah,
bro.
I think I was gonna forget, bro.
I ain't gonna fucking never forget you nothing, boy. Even if I forget, I will stop the recording. I'm gonna come back and add it. Like, don't send us nothing. Don't do that. All right, thanks, man. Catch us on the next one. See you guys, man. Peace.
Peace.
Rose, greet them now.
Peace. So yeah, sorry. Peace.
Bro, never great.